Dear students, welcome to the class. In today's class, we will learn the continuation part of the chapter Introduction to Commercial Organizations. In the last class, we have learned about branches of business. There are mainly two branches of business. They are industry and commerce. Last class, we learned about what do you mean by industry, what are its divisions. Today, we will learn about commerce, meaning and role of commerce and branches of commerce. Let's start. So this is the chart which is given in page number 5 of your textbook. So here business is been divided into two, that is industry and commerce. Industry, the division of industries we have learned in the last class. Today we will learn about commerce. What do you mean by commerce? Commerce is the sum total of those processes which are engaged in the removal of hindrances of persons, places, and time in the exchange of commodities. It is an organized system for the exchange of goods and services between the members of the industrial world. So, here we learn that there are two branches of business. Here in industry, when we learned about industry, we have learned that what is the function of the industry? The production of goods and services. So, when the products are being produced in the industry, it should reach to the consumers also. So, that purpose is performed by commerce. So, commerce include all those activities which helps in the reaching of finished goods directly to the consumers. Okay, so these two are the functions of commerce, business. So, what do you mean by commerce? What are the different branches of commerce that we will learn today? So here commerce is the sum. Commerce is a single term, but the functions of commerce is various. So what are the main functions of commerce? The main function of commerce is it helps in the sale, transfer or exchange of goods and services. It reduces the hindrance, means difficulties. It deviates or it removes the hindrances, difficulties which happens in between the sale and exchange of goods and services from the producers to the consumers. Commerce comprises buying and selling of goods and services and the operations which facilitate such buying and selling. So all the processes which starts from the producers until it reaches the consumers is known as commerce. What is the main aim of commerce? It is to ensure the supply of goods at the right time, at the right place and in the proper quantity. That is the main purpose of commerce. It's not good that the producers will produce the products which is required by the consumers. It will remain in the industry or factory. It should reach to the consumers also, human beings also, normal public also. So how it will reach? Through commerce. So the functions which are helping the finished goods which is produced in the industry directly to the consumers is known as commerce. So if we tell about a definition, James Stephenson has given one definition as commerce is the sum total of those processes, all those activities which are engaged in the removal of hindrances of person, place and time in the exchange of commodities. It is an organized system for exchange of goods and services between members of the industrial world. So, what is the nature of commerce? Now, if we discuss about just simply we can say that it is all those processes, commerce include all those processes which will remove the difficulties of people of finished goods from the industry to the common public. Understood? Now the characteristics of commerce. Commerce is a part of business that we already know. First, it is a branch of business. Second one, commerce involves exchange of goods and services. Third one, it is an economic activity. Commerce involves exchange of goods and services. Here, actual exchange of goods and services are happening through various processes. So, second one is it is a part of business that we already know. Third point is it is an economic activity. The main purpose of sale of goods is to earn profit. So, it is an economic activity. Fourth one is it is undertaken with the motive of earning profit. The main purpose is to earn profit. Then fifth one is it involves uncertainty and risk. Sometimes the product might not reach to the consumers at the right time. Okay, so at that time the demand might change, isn't it? So it involves uncertainty and risk also. It creates various types of utilities. Utilities means services. Through commerce, there are many services which will reach to the consumers. Then, these are the main characteristics of commerce. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characteristics. So, these are the main characteristics of commerce. Next is functions of commerce. So, commerce plays a vital role by removing the various hindrances which arise in the exchange of goods and services from the producers till the consumers. Producers produce and keep it ready for the consumers, but it should reach to the consumers, isn't it? All the factories will be in different places so as to get the commodity or finished goods to all over the world or all over the country. It needs commerce. So that is the main purpose of commerce. It will remove the hindrances, difficulties which arise in the exchange of goods and services. First one is hindrance of person. This hindrance refers to the lack of contact between producers and consumers. That is what I told before. Here the producers will produce the goods, but these goods, finished goods, should reach to the consumers. Here who will help? Commerce will help. Commerce removes this hindrance by means of trade. Trade is a term which means buying and selling of goods and services. Trade provides an organized market where the buyers and sellers can contact each other. It is a place where buyers and sellers can contact each other. So thereby, those who are buying, they want to buy the product, they will come to know about the product. It saves both producers and consumers from the time consuming and expensive exercise of locating each other. So hereby, buyers will come to know, consumers will come to know about the product, and the sellers can sell the product. Through which trade? Through trade we can buy and sell the products. So second one is hindrance of place. A major problem faced by producers is to send their goods to distant places safely and quickly without loss through theft, pilferage, damage, etc. So it is the duty of the industry or producers, mainly producers, not only to make the finished products, not only to produce the products, but also to send their goods to the consumers at the proper time, at the proper place without any loss. So, modern means of transport carry goods to far off places quickly and safely. Here, what will help? Which process in commerce will help? Transportation will help the carrying of goods from one place to another, so that it will reach to the consumers quickly and safely without any damage. So first one is hindrance of person, second one is hindrance of place. Then hindrance of time is the third one. In modern industry, goods are produced on a large scale in anticipation of demand. So in industries, goods will be produced in bulk. There is usually a time gap between the production and consumption of goods. Therefore, it becomes necessary to store the goods until they are sold. This problem is solved by warehousing. Here in industry, bulk quantity of goods are being produced so as to reach to the consumers. So here, as there is a bulk amount of goods produced, there is a place to be stored, isn't it? These bulk quantity of goods, somewhere we have to store it. So this place is known as warehousing. Warehouses provide suitable storage facilities to protect the goods from fire, rain, pest, etc. Warehouse will protect the goods safely. When the time arrives, it will be directly sent to the consumers through this transportation. Okay, till that time, these goods are being protected in a particular place that is known as warehousing. Then, hindrance of risk. During transit, the storage, goods may be damaged or destroyed by fire, flood, earthquake, etc. During transportation, there are chances of damage of goods. Packing of goods helps to preserve their quality in transit. Here, this is the time when the packing helps to preserve the quality of goods. With the help of insurance, businessmen can cover the risk of loss due to damage and destruction during transit. If these goods are being insured beforehand, if they face any risk, this insurance will be reimbursed. Okay, so thus transportation, packing and insurance are useful commercial activities. So hindrance, the difficulty which is faced in industry while transferring of goods and services is being cleared by commerce. How? Through insurance. Next is hindrance of exchange. Buying and selling of goods between persons living in different places requires a common medium of payment. Money serves as a common medium of payment. However, convenient and safe means of payment are required to settle the transactions. Banks help to remove this obstacle in the process of exchange by making and collecting payments on behalf of their clients. Here, while exchanging of goods and services, cash is to be paid, isn't it? So here, instead of paying cash in hand, they can pay through other means through banks. For example, bank draft, check, etc. can be given to avoid risk. Banks also provide credit in the form of overdraft, letter of credit, cash credit, discounting of bills, etc. These are the ways wherein which banks will provide credit to the consumers. So, if they don't have the money to pay at that time, they can take the goods on credit also. So, these facilities are being provided by banks. So, hindrance, difficulty in exchange can be reduced through banks. This is also a process in commerce. Next one is hindrance of knowledge. Often a producer or merchant finds it difficult to sell his goods and services because consumers are not aware of their benefits and uses. Here, if any new product comes to the market, it will be advertised through media or some other means so that normal consumers can see the product, its quality, what are its effects, what are its disadvantages. These all will be shown through advertising. So, after seeing the product, they can buy the product. So, hindrance of knowledge. Knowledge means awareness. Awareness will be increased through media about a new product. So, these are the main functions of commerce. So, in today's class, we learned about one branch of business, that is commerce. What do you mean by commerce? What is the main aim of commerce, its definition, and what are the characteristics of commerce and the main functions of commerce? We will continue in the next class. Thank you.